Hello, my name is Peter Shaibu. Once again, I welcome you to my YouTube channel, Bible Meditation with Peter. I know we have been looking up to the part 2 of the series we began in the beginning. All right, this is part 2 of the series, and we begin with the topics which are the first is Adam names all the animal, and the second we're going to be talking about today is the fall. Quickly, we begin with Adam naming all the animal. What are the significance or what are the lessons that we learn from this? First and foremost, we understood from this particular chapter that the Bible making us to understand in the book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 19 and 20. Verse 19 and 20. Okay, as at this point in time, Adam was created what? Had the same Spirit of God at work in him. Had the same Spirit of God at work in him. Now, the Bible reference, Adam did not go to the animals, but what? But that God brought what? The animals to Adam. This is significant. This is significant. Remember at Genesis chapter 1, verse 28, when he said, let us make man in our image, he said, to rule over. And after man was created, he says, subdue the earth. Subdue the earth. Of course, in this reference, God now what? Exercise began to create a ground for man to be what? To be the head. To be the head over all his creation. Now, this is honor to man, because God, the creator, brought all the animals created to the man, being what? The smaller God. Hallelujah. Then God brought all the animals, being the smaller creation, to what? The animals. Brought it to Adam. Hallelujah. Now, Adam, again, named all the animal. Understand here that Adam had the Spirit of God in him. And the Spirit of God does not make mistake. And the Bible referenced that whatever name Adam called any animal, it stood. There were no debates. There were no contra view from God. So as he named them, God accepted it, because that was the Spirit of God ministering in Adam. Hallelujah. So the Spirit of God is without what? Can never make mistake. Another significant lesson we learned here is that, again, the last thing we learned here is, he said, when God brought the animals to Adam to name, he said, there were no suitable help found for him. Now, he brought them to name it. But because he knows the thought of a man, Adam was looking out for what? A suitable help. Was looking out for a partner which can be what? Which can be compatible with him. But the Bible understood but God understood that there were none of his creation, of the animals he brought to Adam, that suits Adam, that fits Adam. And he caused Adam to sleep. All right. And when Adam slept, he took from Adam's rib, and he took Adam's rib and make it into what? A woman. And when Adam woke up and saw the woman, he said, wow, whoa, this is the woman, the flesh of my flesh, the bone of my bone. She shall be called what? Woman, because she was taken out of man. And for this reason, a man will leave his father's house and be cleaved to his wife, and two shall become what? One. Two shall become one. Something I want us to take note here is this. God made what? One Eve for Adam, not several Eve for Adam. In effect, God made one Eve. That was just sufficient for what? For Adam. If Adam needed more, God would. If God knew from the thought of Adam that he needed more, God would have. But the thought of God the thought of God occupied the thought of Adam. And that was why God made for him one. Hallelujah. Again, what did he make for Adam? A woman, not another man. A woman, not another man. So that brings to us that bestiality is not of God. Again, homosexuality is not of God because it's a woman he brought and not another man. Hallelujah. Quickly, let's go to the next, which is what? The fall. Hallelujah. The fall. That is taken from the Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. The question here is this: how is it that man, made in the image of God, could fall? Because we said the Spirit of God is active and alive in him. How then could he fall? Then the second question we're going to be looking at in order to understand the fall is that why did God not disrupt the conversation between the serpent and Eve? Hallelujah. Or the serpent and Adam and Eve. Why did God not disrupt the conversation? First, let's start with the first one. How be that man having the Spirit of God could fall? Yes, man and angels are the creation of God that are independent of their will. They are independent of their will. They could make choices. Hallelujah. But to other creation of God, they make no choice. Now let's look at it. A dog will continue to be a dog. A lion will continue to be a lion and eat what? Flesh. It will not eat fruits. It does not have the choice. The sun does not have the choice of not giving its light. It will always give its light. But for man, man have a choice. Angels have choice. God made man independently of man's choice or man's will is independent of God. It's not forceful. Hallelujah. As such, a man can choose to suppress what? The Spirit of God and choose demonic spirits, or a man can choose to suppress the demonic spirit and what? Choose the Spirit of God. So man has the will despite having the Spirit of God in him. And as at that point in time, what happened? Eve and Adam chose to suppress the Spirit of God and chose the spirit of the demon, the spirit of evil. Hallelujah. Again, the next question is, why did God not disrupt Adam and Eve when they were having conversation with the serpent? Okay, now, God is almighty. Nothing is impossible or nothing is too difficult for him. And everything is what created by God. And God has given an instruction to man. Now let's take an illustration here. If you tell your son, do not touch this book or do not touch this, and you sit with him, of course you monitor him and make sure that he doesn't touch it. But if you are not in his presence and he touched it, that tells you that what? How honest, how sincere he is to what? To the authorities. That's haven't mentioned. Does not really mean that that is what we used to conclude. But we can also say that Adam suppressed it. It's a thing of choice. He chose to suppress the Spirit of God because the Spirit of God will have ministered to Adam. This is against God's will. You touch this, as God said, you will certainly die. But what he chose willingly to suppress the will of God. Hallelujah. I want to appreciate again God for this time well spent with you. I also ask again, look forward to the last episode of in the beginning, where we will be discussing, at this point in time, we'll be discussing the mercy of God and Cain offering rejected. Please do not forget to subscribe. Have a wonderful time and God bless you. Hallelujah.